Hello, my darling. I hope you're having a beautiful, blessed day today. Today we're going to be talking about the zodiac signs, and we're going to go through all of them, and we're going to talk about the unevolved, the evolving, and the more evolved version of each sign and what that can look like. And I will make this as accessible as I possibly can, and it can be as, just based on your sun sign. If that's, when your birthday is, I'm an Aries, or I'm a Capricorn, or I'm a Libra, or this can be utilized for your moon sign, your rising sign, or for any of your planets. Really, this can be as 101 or as expert as you would like it to be. But this is my interpretation and my understanding of each sign as we learn and grow. So we'll start with Aries. I'm an Aries sun, so I can be I'm gonna go full hog on the Aries right now. So disclaimer, I can speak of myself in this way because it's the Aries way. Aries is the infant of the zodiac. Our tagline is I am. We, as unevolved versions of ourselves, cannot see past our own nose. We are, the main characters of the world. We have to, swan dive into concrete over and over and over again. And, the more evolved version is so we can teach others the way. But as we, just come into our own, we can be very selfish and very self-centered. So if you're communicating with an unevolved version of an Aries, it can be that they're listening, that, you're talking to them, you're telling a story about their day or your day, and they just go, oh my God, this is my interpretation of what you just said with me as the main character of your life. I know you were talking about you, but it was obviously meant for me to put myself into that situation. Or they can hear you and say, oh, this reminds me of a time when, yada, yada, yada. So it is not that they don't care about you. It is not that they don't love you. It's just that they literally don't understand that there are other people in the world. That's the unevolved Aries. The more evolving, when you can kind of see that there's growth happening, they'll listen. An evolving Aries will listen and maybe just say things like, thank you for sharing that, or wow, that sounds crappy, and not incorporate themselves into it, but listen and just say, dang, thank you for sharing. Some version of that. And the more evolved Aries will listen, bite your motherfucking tongue, say, thank you so much for sharing that. But then in other platforms and in other places, learn how to teach. We're meant to experience something. We're the experiential learners. Like, I've swan dove into concrete so many times. So I can be like, hey, if you swan dive into concrete, you're going to break some of your face. I've done it. So just go for it if you want. I will watch and I will videotape that shit for you because it will be fire. But you'll break your nose. So don't do that. So they'll definitely be, listeners, but they'll be intense leaders. Like evolving and an evolved Aries is an incredible leader, an absolutely incredible leader. And they can, we have a sharp tongue. We have a motherfucking sharp tongue. We say things because we're little kids. We figured out how to say things. We figured out how to use our mouth and our tongues. And we're like, fuck yeah, let's talk about this shit. So they can be charismatic leaders, incredible, yeah, let's get shit done. So that is my interpretation of Aries. And so I apologize that I talk about signs as vibrations. Just like when I do birth chart readings, astrological chart readings, I don't read it as if I know you. I read it as the planetary alignments and everything that's happening there. So I think I'm going to shorten these into little videos. So I'll do the first 4 zodiac signs today. So we did Aries. Now we're going to go to Taurus. Taurus, they're the bull. They are fixed earth negative energy. So I have written basic unevolved stubborn, evolving growth stubborn, evolved leveling up stubborn. So the worst and the best things about the Tauran is how stubborn they are. You cannot convince a Taurus to do a motherfucking thing until they say, today is the day I'm going to do that thing, or say that thing. Literally, they're just that's cute, but no. So the unevolved Taurus will be stubborn until they die, and that's, these are, my Aries harsh words, but they will literally just say, And it's kind of like a little bit of the earth energy of the Virgo, where it's like, I remember what you did on this day at this time. You did this, and I will never forgive you, and I will never forget, and you are dead to me forever. That's it. That's it. So like an immovable stone is the completely unevolved Taurus, which it is what it is. It is what it is. You know, it's like if Eeyore had no friends and just wanted to live alone forever. It's like if Eeyore and Shrek, before he met Fiona, had a baby, that would be just like an unevolved Taurus. An evolving Taurus, I wrote stubborn, listens, eye rolls. Like, it's like, all these personalities. Like, I have to listen and talk to people and like leave my fuzzy slippers. I don't want to do that, but I will. Okay, I'm getting up. It's like, I would say, you know, it's just like the smoking a metaphysical cigarette, or just like a metaphorical cigarette with like a party hat to the side. It's like, I came to Chuck E. Cheese. I did it. I'm here. I showed up. I'm here. I'm listening. I'm rolling my eyes, but I did it. I'm here. And I'm working on myself. I don't want to talk about it, but I'm working on myself. And the evolved Taurus, or Tauran, I don't know how I should say that, talks and shares and takes baby steps within their safety, within their comfort. You know, safety, they are just like a living room, like a person. They're just like this comforting being. It's like an obsidian, just chilling. But they'll make light changes, and they'll do it beautifully and eloquently, and they'll make it look effortless. It's like, I'm really like, the image that just came to mind is like, you know, when they move houses, like when they physically, like if it's like an old house and they physically like put it and then they like drive it down the road to like another area, that would be an evolving Taurus. I don't know. Can somebody please comment below? Should I say Tauran or Taurus? But like, they still have a fire going in their fireplace, and they have like a nice cigar, and they're just drinking like a really like smoky brandy and a snifter, and like someone else is moving the house, the living room, like with them still in it, just like, yeah, this is nice. This is nice. And then they just kind of plop down wherever the fuck they're going. So the more evolving Tauran will make changes in a way where they're still in control of it. To me, like the Tauran just, it's not a controlling, in a negativism. It's just like in the same way the tree's roots are just fixed in the earth. That's the Tauran way. It's like the fixed roots in the earth. So when they do have to move, it's a big fucking deal. It's a big fucking deal. So that's exciting for the Tauran. Gemini. Gemini is the twins. They're the communicators. They are literally have two brains, two functioning processing methods that are going on. So think of them as like, if they're, you know, it's not the kid, it's not the infant, it's not the toddler. It's like for the Gemini, they are like the little kid that learned something new and they want to teach it to you, but they had to go experience it. It's like, I just stuck my finger in the little electrical socket. I got a little bit of a twinge, but not on my other hand. So like, don't do it on one. If you do it on one hand, just don't do it on the other, because then your other hand will be okay. But don't do it in the hand that you write with, because, well, maybe if you do this. So it can be a lot happening at the same time. Just on a side note, if you do know a Gemini in your life, don't make them feel bad if they interrupt you. They like, the other brain took over. So they have think of the Gemini as having two complete computer screens, or two complete views of the world. And if you're talking about one thing over here, and then a notification goes off over here, they just want to share it with you. So it's definitely maybe if your kiddo is a Gemini, don't Like, I don't have children, so when it comes to any of these types of things, I'm not a medical professional. I am a healer. I am, you know, a consciousness having a human experience. And these are just offerings, so hopefully it can be helpful for you. But if you have a Gemini child that is, you know, being compartmentalized as like they're having like ADHD or some shit, like maybe just listen a little bit more. Maybe just listen and just say, they're not interrupting me. Don't make them feel bad. They have a new thought that came into play. You know, we went to, you know, as the Aries, I'm that meme of like, I've got like 15 tabs open in my brain. One of them's playing music. I don't know which one it is. So for an Aries, we love being friends with Geminis because we'll be talking about something super cool. And then all of a sudden a new idea will pop up and my Aries brain will be like, yes, let's chat about that. So just a full disclaimer, if you're a Gemini and you've been told that you have some sort of like a whatever the fuck they label it as, you don't. You're a Gemini and you're awesome and you're worthy of people understanding you and learning about you and knowing how to communicate with you. So that's just my aside on the Gemini. Love the Gemini very, very much so. And I think that they get a super bad rap. So basic, unevolved. I wrote Gossip, Mean Girls, the Mean Girls book. I can't even read my writing. Inverado. I don't even know if that's English. Sorry. So the unevolved Gemini would be just like, oh my God, did you hear what she just said? Blah, 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 blah. And just like let both brains be with that one person. And then kind of it's like the very catty, very, very like gossipy and just like, I don't have to deal with any repercussions of my actions. Blah, 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 blah. So that's the more unevolved way of it. If it's mean and they can be very just like literally that's the noise when I think of an unevolved Gemini. The evolving Gemini is feeling a lot of emotions. Because, you know, when the chatter of the unevolved quiets down, there's so much feeling and there's so much depth and there's so much wonder with the world that they just want to see it in this like incredible way. And they want everyone else to see how beautiful it is too. So, you know, like if a Gemini friend of mine learned something new, they're like, I just want to tell everybody. It's so cool. It's so cool. I also have this dear Gemini friend that like known him for years, will literally cry over the fact that there's so much information available on this planet, infinite information, and there's not enough hours in a lifetime to enjoy all of it. Like I won't learn all that there is to learn. I won't read all the books I want to read. I won't understand all the information that I want to understand. That's devastating. What the fuck? So feeling those emotions is a big deal for the Gemini. Feeling those emotions. The evolved and leveling up Gemini teaches, talks, and hosts. Those were my notes. Teaches, talks, and hosts. They are extremely charismatic and lovely and wonderful, vibrant beings, the Gemini, and to really be able to, they can communicate to like a lot of people at the same time in a way that feels catered to individually. So really understanding how to communicate the words as well as the emotions would be huge for, and like when you see that in an evolving Gemini, or you know, their creativity expands, they find new ways to communicate, maybe not just verbal, maybe, you know, experiencing dance or music and just letting that vibration and that expression, you know, and it's a double vibration, a double expression. So when we think of, you know, like different ripples and waves with the unevolved Gemini brain, maybe you have one brain that's like super positive, but then the other one is just really mean and negative, and that will just kind of like neutralize each other. But when you have two beautiful things, that just is going to ripple out. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful, beautiful. All right. Since these videos are going to be a little bit on the longer side, I am going to end with the Cancer, baby. Sweet, precious Cancer. Sweet, 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 precious Cancer. Cardinal water. They are the crabs. They are the homebodies. They are the, like, the run by the moon. They're the mothering beings of the zodiac. If you know a Cancer, you know how big their hearts are. Cancer risings, they just want to make you food. They just want to bring you food and make you happy, make you feel safe and loved. And hell or high water, if you come for their people, their family, whomever a Cancer has said, this is my family, my flock, my team, do not cross them. Scary stuff. Yeah. Yeah, basic unevolved Cancer, cry, stabs, and stalks. So it's emotions beyond measure, but unchecked emotions, like a tidal wave, a cascade of emotions, like an absolute, like, but because it would be unchecked water, it would literally be like if a tiny, like you had your message in a bottle on the top of a tsunami, and the tsunami was coming in, and in the message in the bottle it said, I love you, but the tsunami was the unevolved Cancerian that's like, I love you. It's like, watch the way you do it. It can, unevolved Cancerian, very possessive, stubborn in their own way, yes, but more so like, you wronged me and you're dead to me now. Forever. Fucking forever. So where is that book? Linda Goodman, bless her, and written the love signs book, the sun signs book, and I believe she was an Aries as well, but she speaks very eloquently of, the connection to a Cancer and their mother is a very big deal. It's a very big deal. So, an unevolved Cancerian, regardless of their physical age, just check and see if they're still breastfeeding. Just check. It's possible. But with reverence, no judgment, guys. No judgment. An evolving Cancer is going to sit down if they have something to say to you, and they're going to it's kind of like in Friends, there was once like a Rachel Green where she's like, I may cry, but it's only because I'm having the conversation. They will cry through what they're saying. Maybe they'll write down what it is that they need to say to you, so they get it all out. And they, maybe there's, like a few little like poems that have been worked in and stuff like that. But it's just like, I need you to see what I'm feeling in a way that makes sense to them. There may be like a slideshow or something with it, but like, the evolving Cancer is going to express themselves regardless of what their human is feeling and going through. It could be like, I love you so much, and I'm feeling all these feelings, and I just don't feel worthy yet, but I'm working on myself and I'm doing it. And it's like, there's all of this happening, but they're in that tidal wave, but they're like, I'm fucking doing it. I'm figuring it out. I'm making it happen. We got this. Sorry. We got this. My repeat keeps coming out. Be the best versions of yourself. You must become who you are. Sorry. Okay, I'm getting way ahead of myself. This is water. It's not even coffee. Because I had a lot of coffee today. So, the evolved Cancer is so incredibly inspiring. Is so beautiful and loving and wonderful. They're like I just have like a beautiful version of like the Chiron, the centaur, like just really regal and loving, and can handle any blow, any negative, anything at all. And they're just like, it's fine. I've got you. Come to my bosom if you need me. Like, they're the most beautiful, loving, compassionate you'll ever see. And will hold themselves back and say, I'm feeling a lot of feelings. I'm just going to take myself away. I'm going to express myself with myself. Maybe get that out. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to hold space for you. So they are feeling so much. Like, the intensity of the water signs and how they feel is just, it's very inspiring. But the Cancers, the cardinal water, it's like they feel it first. When a Cancer comes into the room, they feel it first. So just, my older sister, bless her heart and soul, she's the only water sign with 2 fire sign parents and 2 fire sign sisters. She's an ultra marathon runner. She's one of the most inspiring people I've ever met. So thank you for holding court for us for the entirety of my life and childhood. All right, we're at 20 minutes, so I'm going to stop the video now, and the next video is going to be Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio. And after that, it's going to be Sag, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. So please comment below any questions that you have. Let me know if this was helpful information, and yeah, let me know what area this is really taking to you for. You know, is this something that, you know, you look at your sun sign and you can really identify with that? Maybe it's your moon sign, maybe it's your rising sign. If you're doing some deep diving work on, you know, your intuition, then look at your moon sign. Your communication skills, look at your Mercury. The way you assert yourself, look at your Mars. I love you.